Imagine the thrill of hosting one of the world's most prestigious golf events, the Ryder Cup, in a quaint Irish village like Adare. But here's the catch. It comes with a hefty price tag. The government is bracing itself for a request for additional funding to support the 2027 Ryder Cup, which is expected to be held at the luxurious Adare Manor in County Limerick. This news comes after the Irish Times reported that an extra €30 million in public funding may be needed to facilitate the hosting of the golf event. But what does this mean for the local community, and is it worth the investment? Let's dive deeper into the story. The Minister for Sport, Patrick O'Donovan, has confirmed that the government is anticipating a request for further funds to support the event this year. This is on top of the €58 million already committed to the event, as well as €150 million for major transport infrastructure projects. But O'Donovan was quick to dispute any claims that the funding is being given directly to the billionaire owner of Adare Manor, J.P. McManus. Instead, he emphasized that the government's investment is focused on supporting the local infrastructure and hospitality needs. As O'Donovan explained, the McManus family and Adare Manor are looking after everything inside the walls of the golf club, and we look after everything outside of the venue. The government's investment in golf has been a topic of controversy, with some arguing that it's a luxury that the country can't afford. But O'Donovan defended the investment, citing the success of the Irish Open and the potential benefits of hosting the Ryder Cup. The event is expected to bring in a significant boost to the local economy, with estimates suggesting that it could generate up to €160 million in revenue. But here's where it gets interesting. Sources familiar with the operational budget have revealed that the initial projections may have been conservative, and the actual benefit to the taxpayer could be significantly higher. In fact, the last time the Ryder Cup was held in Ireland, in 2006, it generated €143 million in direct revenue for the Irish economy. More recently, the events held in France and Italy generated €235.7 million and €262 million respectively. So what can we expect from the 2027 Ryder Cup in Adare? For starters, the government has invested €150 million to accelerate the completion of a 7-kilometer Adare bypass, which is expected to be finished by June 2027. This will not only improve the local infrastructure, but also provide a lasting legacy for the community. The operational budget for the event is currently under review, with a full assessment of the costs expected to be completed by the end of the year. While the exact amount of additional funding required is still unclear, it's likely that the government will be asked to provide significant extra support. As one source noted, extra costs in the region of €30 million are being sought for approach road improvements, community engagement, road widening, and park and ride sites, as well as recruitment of additional staff for the state agencies. But here's the question. Is the investment worth it? On one hand, the Ryder Cup has the potential to bring in a significant boost to the local economy and showcase Ireland on a global stage. On the other hand, the cost of hosting the event is substantial, and some may argue that the money could be better spent elsewhere. As we look to the future, it will be interesting to see how the government balances the need to support the local community with the need to manage the country's finances. And this is the part that most people miss. The hosting of the Ryder Cup is not just about the event itself, but about the long-term benefits it can bring to the local community. So what do you think? Is the investment in the Ryder Cup worth it, or are there better ways to spend the money? Let us know in the comments. The controversy surrounding the funding of the Ryder Cup is sure to continue, with some arguing that it's a waste of taxpayer money, but others will argue that the benefits to the local economy and the global showcase of Ireland make it a worthwhile investment. As we await the outcome of the funding request, one thing is clear. The 2027 Ryder Cup in Adare is shaping up to be a major event that will have a significant impact on the local community and the country as a whole. But here's the thing, the real challenge will be balancing the need to support the event with the need to manage the country's finances. And that's where the conversation gets really interesting. So let's keep the discussion going. What are your thoughts on the funding of the Ryder Cup? Do you think it's worth the investment? Or are there better ways to spend the money? Share your opinions in the comments below.